Man, apartment in Lagos is no beans. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're old, welcome, and if you're new here, welcome. This is my Joy channel. I'm Joy Adeyemo. Apartment in Lagos is no beans. I didn't know until I finished from university. Man, living in Lagos, just come to think of it, the stress. But that is what makes Lagos Lagos. So talking about my life in Lagos, where do I start from? I think I should start from when I was in school. So when I was in school, I had this dream, I had this belief that immediately after school, I was moving to my own apartment. Immediately after school, I was going to start my own life. I was going to live my dreams and all that. But man, after school, I'll be moving to my own apartment, like to the point where I had imagined it. But when I finished from school, the money the money I had saved up, because I had savings and all that from the business and side also I was doing in school. But some things happened and I had to use my savings to fund it. So I was left with going to my mother's house, and which was a very, very tough decision for me. But when I finished from school and I was hearing prices, when I started hearing prices of house rent in Lagos, I'm not even talking about, Lagos. We have three type of Lagos. We have we can say we have the mainland. No, let's say we have the mainland, the island, and the other lands. Don't let me mention it. So I was even thinking of looking for our apartments on like that those other lands, and I was hearing outrageous prices like 400 and 500 and 600, and it was really tough for me though. But one thing kept me going was because right from when I was in school, I had this mindset, I had this belief, I had like there's something they say in the Bible, there's something the Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that thinking had actually made me believe that even when it was not looking like it, I already had this belief that, oh, after school I was leaving my mother's house. I'm not going to stay in my mother's house. But even when I had to move to my mother's house, because my house rent got due in school, I had to move my things, I moved it to my mother's house. Then God actually made a way. I had, because when I just told myself, when I got my first job, I couldn't be leaving from my mother's house, so I had to go stay with someone, and then after that I got my own apartment. But my point is, when we are determined to do things, when we have some things in mind to do, even though it's not looking like it, we should have this mindset that, okay, this is where I'm going to. Imagine it, believe it, like think it in your have the thoughts in your heart. Because if you don't think like it, you can't be like it. Is whatever you think like that, you'll be like. That is one thing I want to leave with someone today, that whatever you envisioned yourself to do, that is what you definitely do. You cannot think B and expect A to happen. Imagine I had this mindset that, oh, now that there is nothing I could do, I just have to like be living in my mother's house. But because I actually believe that, oh, things is actually gonna turn around for me, which eventually did. I'm talking about living in Lagos, Nigeria as a lady. It is not beans. I don't even know where to start from, but I give God the glory, because He always supply our needs. Living in Lagos, Nigeria as a single girl can be so crazy. The moment you say you want to live alone in Lagos, Nigeria, there's this belief that people believe, oh, does she want to go into prostitution? Most people believe when a lady says she wants to be alone, they believe she wants to go into prostitution, or she's actually. There are some landlords. Funny thing is, there are some landlords and landladies that don't give out to single ladies. They can give out apartment out to single guys. So no story. But giving it out to a single lady, they believe, oh, she's gonna bring men over, and it is not like that in all cases. I think we need to stop thinking about that in this part of the country. I remember when I was looking for apartment. Oh my god. Oh goodness. When I was looking for apartment, so I went to a place in Oniru, and I could not imagine. I wish I had pictures of those places. I could not imagine there were places like that in Oniru. It's like a village in VI. So it was someone that said, oh, that just go straight. I never knew it was gonna be like that. Then when I got there, then the man I met there was like, oh, what kind of apartment am I looking for? Am I looking for the apartment to keep girls, or So I'm like, keep girls like. So like people have this belief that as a lady, when you're getting an apartment as a lady, you want to go into prostitution, or you you want to be away from your parents just because you don't want to see them, or you want to be away from home, or yeah, at times you just want to be away from home. But there's more to staying alone as a lady. There's this independence. There's this sense of responsibility it gives you. There's this joy that, oh, I can actually do this. Oh, this is what I want to achieve at the end of this year. This is where I want to get to. And you being able to do it by yourself. I'm not saying living in your parents' house, you're not going to do that. Don't get me wrong. I have friends that live with their parents. I have family members that still stay with their parents. But I don't have any issue. I'm talking about my own life and the life of an independent lady. So that's just that. So one of the things I noticed is that there's this mindset in Nigeria about a lady staying alone. They believe automatically when you are staying alone, or when you want to stay alone, or when you determine on staying alone or getting an apartment, you want to go into prostitution. Oh, you already have one sugar daddy or one person that is going to just be, that is giving you the money, that which is not like that. It's not always that. In my own case, it's never like that. I had to save up my money. I had to do a contribution to save up my money to get my own apartment. So that is why I'm saying that when you see a lady, please, in Nigeria, I think we need to stop doing this. When we see a lady that is staying alone, we should stop having this mindset that, oh, she's a prostitute, oh, she just wants to run away from home, oh, she's a bad child, oh, she's this, oh, she's that. We need to come to this mindset. We need to bring our minds back. We need to renew our minds in this country that not all ladies that actually stay alone are actually bad children or bad girls or actually into prostitution. A lot of things, there are a lot of embarrassments, there are a lot of things you go through. I think there was a day too, oh god, one embarrassing moment I can barely forget, like I can hardly forget in my life was I went for a friend's wedding, and someone came, and the person was like, she looked at me, then I was on a table. I had to move from that table to another table, and the fan was directed to us, so someone just went there and turned the fan. So I was just there, I was looking. So the moment the man that was by my seat, because there were empty seats too, so I was like sitting maybe I think 3 seats away from this man. So the man just looked back, and when he noticed the fan wasn't coming to his direction, the man looked back and was like, ah. And I was like, oh, are you just noticing they moved the fan? Then he was replying. That was how one woman came, and the woman just looked at me. You know, when someone look at you with this kind of vibes and she just looked at me, and she now asked the guy that, where's your wife? And that one said she went to get something that she's coming. And in my mind, I'm like, so because I'm not sitting down on a table with a man now means that the man that is there that we are talking about fan that they turned. There are some places you cannot enter in Lagos, Nigeria as a lady. There are some places you cannot enter in this country as a lady. They believe the moment you enter as a lady, even when you have your money with you, you cannot enter. They believe a guy should actually take you in. So my own experience was actually, so that day I decided to just, okay, let me just take myself out. Let me just have fun, just be myself and all that. Then I decided to go see a movie. So I bought my movie ticket. The movie I actually wanted to see was 2 hours early. I got there 2 hours early, so I got my ticket before it gets sold out. I got my ticket and I was like, okay, let me get something to eat. So there's this restaurant I actually go with friends, with people, and I just feel like, oh, let me just go to this restaurant because it's my favorite restaurant, so let me just go there. So I went there, still in the same compound. So I went there to get food to eat. And when I got there, the whole place was full. I went to meet one of the waiters. I need a seat. So she took me to she took me to a seat. She said I could just, if I can. She asked me before taking me there, will I be able to manage this shit with this guy? I was like, oh, it's cool. I'm actually sitting one side, I'm sitting on the other side, so I don't see any problem. was having any issue. So I sat down there and I was about making my order. Then that was how one of this another waiter just came, and she was like, oh, like it was so embarrassing. I was embarrassed that day. Oh, you can't sit down here. You can't sit down here. This man is expecting this guy is expecting someone, and he cannot sit down there. I'm like, I did put myself here. I asked before sitting down here. And she was like, no, you cannot just sit down another. I was embarrassed. I was angry because it felt like, oh, did I come there to snap? And the funny thing is I cannot even remember the face of the guy. I didn't even look at the guy. I just know that there was a guy sitting in front of me. Like, you understand that kind of thing? Like, you don't even know if the guy had dreads or his own. I don't even know. So I left there. I was hungry. I left there. Talking to an elderly woman, and she said, Africa is not ready for the civilization of their woman. And as a lady in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, I've been able to see all kind of things. Though there are a lot of ladies too that abused all those things, which I understand. But the people that are actually trying to do a lot for themselves by themselves and just trying to make things work out and make things achieve their goals and achieve their set dreams, they don't put those people in mind. So they classify a lady as is either you come to an occasion with your husband, or you come to an occasion with a guy, or they just don't even want to know. They don't use that the other side of staying alone. But staying alone as a single lady had actually helped me a lot. That helped me understand that, okay, this is what life is. This is what life looks like on my own. Because most ladies, they have this mindset. Most ladies have this mindset that, oh, after the way it is done in my own house, my father is the one providing everything in the house. So when I get married, I'm not saying staying in your father's house is wrong, but a lady living in her father's house where she get like everything she needs, she get her salary, she get she doesn't really spend in the house. So such lady, when it's time for her to get married, she moves to her husband's house, and bam, it starts from there. She's gonna she's gonna expect things to continue like that, because she had not had that sense of independence. She does not know what it feels like to sponsor all the bills, to feed for yourself, to think of how things are going to be set. So one of the things I've learned so far as a lady is that you'll be able to be accountable for yourself. You'll be able to accountability, the strength to achieve things, and it makes you strong as a lady. It makes you see other things, because some ladies actually want to go to their husband's house as an escape route from their father's house. Okay, imagine a lady that is living in her father's house, and a lady that is staying alone, and they both want to get married. The one that is living in her father's house will be in rush to get married, and the one will be in rush to get married, and the one that is staying alone. From my own view, I would say that staying alone as a lady helps in a way that it redefines the mind. There's this sense of responsibility and independence it gives to a lady. Talking about young girls or people that are still looking at, oh, how do I get my own apartment? Is it possible? If I can do it, anybody can do it. Because when I left school, I had like zero naira. I had like zero naira when I left school, and I got a job, and from there I was able to save up. NYC came up, and I was able to just add my money together and just get an apartment. I did a job, and I did contribution. They call it contribution. I did monthly contribution, whereby you get to have like 4 or 5 people. So I think I did 2 different contributions to save up for my house rent and all that, and which really helped me. So my point is, if you're a lady and you're thinking of, oh, how do I get to move away from how do I get to leave after school, or I want to move away from where I am, or I want to be able to be independent, I want to be able to stand for myself, there are a lot of benefits to staying on your own as a lady, and there are a lot of responsibility. When I say responsibility, there are bills, your transportation is on you, your feeding is on you. If you are broke, you are broke. that's That's like one of the funniest parts. If you're broke, you're broke. So I would just say it is possible, you can actually do it, but you just have to just put it in God's hands, let God guide you, and you'll be able to actually walk through it and achieve whatever you want to achieve, or be whatever you want to be, and it's definitely going to come true. But I'm going to say this again, please. If you know you don't have the capacity to, if you know you don't have the capacity to do it, if you know you don't have the capacity to leave your father's house, please just enlarge your vision and work towards it. Do not run to people and start asking people around, start bidding people for house rent and all that. In a matter of 1 year, it's going to expire again. Fine, you actually see people to give you, but it takes more than house rent to stay alone. It takes continuous funding. It takes a mind that is self-controlled person. It takes self-discipline. It takes a whole lot of things to live alone as a lady. And this is what I have to say to someone out there that is planning on living or staying alone. Well, there's a lot to look out for. There's a lot to consider, but you can actually do it. Just have the mindset. Once your mind, and just work towards it, gather the money, and everything will be settled. And I think that is that for now. So we'll get to talk more in the next video. So please don't forget to click on that subscribe button down like this right here. Click on the subscribe. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, and share with your friends. Bye guys, we'll talk later.